Okay, Saber fans, this is the last part of the 4-part series tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you, now that we have our base hilt made, how to just add a little spice and flair to the render to really make it look like a finished idea. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our little fill bucket, go to black, and in the background layer we're just going to click fill. And what that's going to do is it's going to provide a nice background for the blade whenever we add it in. Now you can see that the hilt doesn't stand out very well from the black, especially whenever you have dark powder coating. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to base hilt, blending options, and we're going to use that outer glow again. And we're going to just change the color to white, or whatever color you want. I like white because it's not distracting. We're going to increase the opacity and just make the size bigger. So now you can see that we have a nice little glow around the hilt and it stands out quite well from the background. Now the final thing we're going to do is we're going to make a blade. There are tons of tutorials on how to do this. I'm just going to show you the way I do it for the sake of completeness of this tutorial. So we have the line tool. You want to make sure it's white and the weight is 80 pixels, okay? So we're going to hold shift and draw a line. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to rasterize this object, so I don't need to do a whole lot to it. And since I have the guidelines on, I can be sure it's aligned 100% right in the middle. And we're also going to move this behind the base hilt eventually, but for now this will do. So now that you have a line, we're going to take the fill button again and fill it black. So now you can only see this shape layer. And there's not a whole lot of reason to worry here because you turn it to screen, which is what we're going to do. You can see everything. But for now, we're going to duplicate the layer. Just going to do this 3 times. Actually, we're only going to do it 2 times. We're going to duplicate the shape 1 3 times. There we go. Sorry, I lost count of my numbers there. So you're going to go to shape 1, copy, and go filter, blur, Gaussian blur, 5 pixels in radius. Click OK. Copy 2, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, 10 pixels radius there. And this one we're going to go blur, Gaussian blur, and 30 pixels. Like so. In shape 1, we're going to go blur, Gaussian blur, and we're going to do this 1 pixel. Creates a nice edge. Alright, and then you're going to right click on your things and merge down. You don't want to click merge visible because that will mash all your layers together. Merge down until you have shape 1. Then we're going to drag shape 1 behind the base hilt, and we're going to click Control U, and we're going to colorize. So you can see the the blade changed color. So we're going to just increase that saturation all the way. We're just going to get some sort of green hue. So let's do 120. It's a pretty standard blade color. So pretty simple and easy way to add the blade color to that. So now you have a completed lightsaber hilt rendered in Photoshop that you can now export in the file format of your choice and send to a smith for a quote, or keep it for reference, or show off to your friends, and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Finally, before I let you go, one last thing I do is I like to add text on the hilt as to who it's for, what version it is, and then what date I made it. That way it kind of gives you a reference and you can see the evolution of your hilt as you go through various revisions. So keep those revisions because it's really cool to see how it evolves whenever you make it over and over again. So I hope you found this tutorial useful, and I hope you are able to utilize it for your saber building purposes. This has been Calvary Custom Sabers in Salisbury. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time.